Hey everyone, Burton's back in the realm of the Witch King and we're in the middle of an invasion. We're finally going home. We spent last episode getting together our fleets and now it's time to decide where to strike. We're just waiting on our last fleet. So we've got two fleets of around 14,000 men or so, one fleet of around 16,000. Myself and my mother are leading one of these armies and I've got some trusted companions leading the other two. So I've sent out some scout ships as well and we've identified that it doesn't look as if the king is actually moving. They've got 11,000 men down there and we've inherited a temple. Great, I don't want to inherit a temple. Let's go ahead and just create a new vassal very quickly. Brilliant. They've not done a lot of movement. They've got 11,000 men there, we've got 16,000 enemies up here. My main concern is, look at this. Heavy infantry makes up the majority of their forces, so they've been putting a lot of time and effort into this. I'm just going to scout around this area here, make sure there's no surprises waiting for us, and there's only a small surprise, 2,200. So if anything, it's just this one army here that we need to be worried about. But worry no more, for the armies of the Witch King are here. So let's send people down. Firstly, I want to be able to fight these guys on an area that I choose, so I'm going to land an army on Maryland. Hopefully they'll be intrigued and they'll come across to ourselves. In fact, would here be better? The Rock of Garlean? I think the Rock of Garlean, let's bait them into this. So will our 14,000 be enough? What have we got? Mainly heavy infantry. Alright, my concubine is going to go ahead and bait this army and we'll see what we can do here. Let's make sure that everyone else is ready to land. I'll have one person, one army taking out the back region, so that's these two islands here. Meanwhile we'll land and we'll take out this main island here. So there we go. So this is what the war's for, Nagaryth. So we are fighting battles on the territory that we're after. It's very tempting for us to go ahead and try and go for some other lands, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to try and make this nice and quick. So let's see if we can do it. Oh, so another plot. As soon as these ships arrive, I want to make sure that we've got enough. That's fine. Now we're going to be keeping our eye out here, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring up one fleet round here. I'm going to bring you guys there. Well, in fact, maybe not. No, I won't. I'll leave you exactly there so we'll be able to see any reinforcements coming up. I think that's all we can do there. Right, I think we are ready, but we want this fleet to land first. Open, get down. Right, so both armies are ready here. We are just waiting for my concubine. Let the war begin. Let them land. You guys better come on over as planned. They should get a crossing penalty here because it's a straight cross. And off they come. So as you can see here, straight away they're heading on over. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play things safe. I'm going to get my second fleet just there with them. While we're doing this, we're going to land you guys here. I'm only doing this for backup because if one of our armies falls, this is potentially over before it's begun. So I'm just going to keep them as residual backup. And we'll see how exactly we get on in the first battle of this war. Now they're going to be with us very shortly on the 17th, so now let's have a look at how the armies actually stand. So in the centre we have, we have some problems. Not a lot of problems, they outnumber us in the centre, so as long as we are able to hold on, we're actually taking a lot more damage than they are. So I think maybe if we're unable to turn this, because they've got a straight crossing penalty, we're going to have to go ahead and send in our reinforcements. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Certainly, I think this is a good point. They've got better soldiers than we do. So it shows that I've done somewhat of a wise thing. I think I might have been a little bit late sending these guys in, but let's see. There we go, so we've got 22,000 and it's still not going great. We're still losing a hell of a lot of men, but this is me. Can we go ahead and cast some magic on the battlefield? That's what I want to do. No, we can't. God damn it. We can hire a sorceress though. What do you reckon? For 500 gold I can hire the services of sorcerer. She will serve in my armies and act as an advisor on magical issues. Hire her? Who is it? Oh, alright. So we're gonna hire this woman, let's mark her here. We need some help. I think she's gonna be the help that we need here. So now we can cast some magic on the battlefield. Cast the spell from lore that I know. I'm going to cast the dark magic spell. So I can make my enemies flee in terror. I can do a doom bolt. A 20-man regiment arrives in the rock of Galarin. Okay. I can do blade when a 50-man regiment arrives in the rock of Galarin. A soul stealer. Or the black horror. Well, let's start with a doom bolt. See how these guys get on. So we'll call up the doom bolt, we'll see how we get on. We're in the middle of the actual battle itself. The battle is not going well. We've gone ahead and we've lost our right flank. However, it looks like the doom bolts are doing their job. Of course I accept your offer, my liege. Rest assured I will serve you and always. Oh, thank you. And while our contract lasts, I devote myself to your house, saving only my first allegiance to Malekith and Mordai. Okay, 500 golds. Better be worth it. So we've gone ahead and we've just defeated their first army. It's problematic though. I'm going to go ahead and I think we're going to chase them. They're in full retreat. We need to take advantage of this. We need to go ahead and make sure that they don't come back to haunt us here. In the meantime, we're going ahead on Narathane. We are actually taking it fairly quickly. It might be sensible if we start doing 2 regions at once. So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. The quicker we can take these regions, the better. In fact, we might be able to do another as well. I think we're going to do this. Time is not on our side, people. So as soon as they get their men together, we need to keep it. Oh, there was another. Oh, that's a small army. That's fine. You need to get your asses up here to the Sea of Murder. I like the sound of that. So we've managed to catch the 4,000s of their army. We should already be winning against them. Yeah, one of them's already turned, as is the second. We're just waiting on the third, Lizamar. And there we go. We've gone ahead and we've actually just defeated him now. Oh, we've captured someone. Let's have a look at you. Oh, bless. He's brilliant as well. And he's a mage. I'll keep you. Perfect. Patience is a virtue, but sometimes it gets on my nerves. Loki never loses his temper. Okay, I'm fine. You can remain patient. I'm very happy with that. Now, do we push inwards? This is where things get a little bit risky. Can we get down here and find out if anyone's waiting? We can't. I feel like if we push in, we risk, and I don't want to be risking anything, so we're going to get you guys back on the boats. So meanwhile, the army's here, they're doing very well indeed. In fact, we can afford to split you again. Where can we actually get them? Can we get them up here? We can get you back on the boat to get them moved. As long as we can hold these guys off and make sure that no one crosses over the water, we're fine splitting up these armies. If we get a big force from this way coming over and heading on up, we could be in a spot of bother. So we've got 2,700. Where are they actually heading to? Is there another army hiding down here? Let's have a look. Well, we know there's at least 300 of them. In fact, let's not send that fleet. Let's send a fleet with no one on it. That'll be handy. Because it looks like they're all trying to congregate. Oh, we've got 6,000 of them. That's where they're going to. Okay, let's keep an eye on these guys, because if they're going to start moving up, I would imagine they would move on the land together. We've got another 2,000 here. I can't let them join. I'm going to have to jump on in. While on a border patrol, Corte won a great victory against a hostile force. He cuts into their ranks and a dozen of them to the swords. He's truly blessed by Cain. We should honour him. It's this man here. Okay. We'll honour you. I'm not going to release you. You're still our prisoner. How soon before these guys get there? On the 18th they will get there. So far, nothing from anyone else. That's interesting. And we've gone ahead. Oh, Galena Evermorn. I've spotted an enemy worth facing. Let's have a look at this. This lady is charismatic. She's a genius and she's a mage. However, she isn't a duelist. I think we can take her. As I draw closer, I see that the enemy is Alana? What? She's 10 years old. Shall I engage her? Oh my god, I can't afford to be craven. I don't want to fight a 10-year-old though. I'll have to though. Sorry. Let's progress things on. The battle is not yet won. Your enemy did her move and may assess the combat to continue combat. Oh my god. Why am I fighting against a 10-year-old? I'm gonna balance. I'm not gonna overcompensate. I've won. But she's managed to escape. Thank god. You know what? I didn't want to kill a kid. Not when I'm gonna be trying and ruling these people soon. So there we go. We've managed to take care of them quite easily, as we thought. Back onto the boats with you guys would be very nice indeed. How many we actually got here? 1,400. How go the sieges, people? We are still taking our time here. Let's switch onto this because I like the idea of seeing... Oh, we've got the big forces joined up now. We need to be finishing this off fairly quickly because they're going to get more and more forces. They've got 9,000 now. They're waiting. They're waiting in Mornwood. Could we bait them to Anlek? Let's try and bait them. Let's not forget, we can hopefully cast some more magic on the battlefields once we're in the battle as well. So if we can get these guys over here, that's what we can try and do, hopefully. So they're not going to come to us, unfortunately. They're going to try and make us cross the Mornwood. We wouldn't get any penalty. Mornwood is our hang on. Mornwood's in the mountains. We're not going to do that. We're going to hold fire. We're going to remain in Anlek. Can we go ahead and... Well, I'm not going to storm any place at the moment. That would be stupid. Unfortunately, there isn't any mercenaries that we can actually pull up. We can raise some more levies, about 3,000-4,000 or so. I'm just going to continue to let them build because that'll be very nice. We can get some more people backing up. So 19,000. There we can see. That's what they were waiting for. Let's abandon this. Get back onto the boats. I think we'll need to... Oh, they're trying to hold us up. It's okay, they've gone the other way. So we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a very big army to face. I think we are going to go ahead and take 3,000 from here. They're going to be crossing. They've got to be coming to this sort of town. Here we go, 19,000. I want to make sure that we're there to take care of this. How soon before they get there on the 11th? That's fine, we should be there ahead of them. Right, so we've got 12,000. We're going to head around with some more. We're going to cast some magic on the battlefield as well. Hopefully that will help us out a little bit. I'm wondering whether to stop another one of these going on. I feel like we might need to. We'll send these guys over straight away. We are not going to bother too much with this. Cast some magic. Come on. I'm going to cast a dark spell, and this time we're going to go with the Black Horror. A 100-man regiment arrives in the Rock of Galerion. Yes, let's cast the horror. So what are we actually up against? So we've got Mathieu Carental, we've got Rain Carental, and we've got another gentleman here. And they've actually got 2,000 more heavy infantry than we do. We beat them in the amount of archers. We've got more light. We've got more pikemen. They have more light. However, we do have the advantage with light cavalry, slightly. We also have special units. So one of our sieges has gone ahead. We've managed to take over part of Natharin, and we're currently sieging the next area in that land. So come on 3,000 men, you need to hurry up and get there. There we go, we've managed to take over a little bit more. I'm going to send some ships back up here. I'm a little bit worried. If we can defeat these, that'll be fine. If we can't, oh my god, they've got another 19,000 coming our way. Oh, things have just got busy, and we're actually up against someone who's actually fairly good in martial, brilliant, genius, and they're strong. We're gonna have to defeat her. As I draw closer, I see my enemy is Lord Athalal. Oh, it's someone different. Oh, it's someone weaker. I shall defeat you, Master Seducer. We're going to have to call some of the army here. In fact, can we get in reinforcements about from anywhere? Let's go ahead and try and send back some of our armies. Right, they're all very small. Have we got anyone slightly bigger? Someone? Oh, in fact we don't. So the 2,000 are all from these sort of areas. You know what? We're going to call you all down as best we can. Let's get everyone up here. In fact, you know what? These amounts are far too small to make any form of difference. However, they could make a difference if we allow them to grow. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. We do have a couple of small forces over here. And once again, is it going to be really worthwhile doing it? Probably not, but I am going to send them over to the capital. We'll probably get another 1,000 men out of it, but this is a worry. These 19,000 here now. So, let's see what we can do against these. We need to beat these guys. Battle is not yet won. My enemy did his move, and now we assess the situation. So I decide to engage in physical combat. I'm going to balance once again. I've won. The body of Lord Athelil of Lesengard lies before me. So there we go. We get 10% bonus. Oh my god. Can we get on board? I broke the sieges of 2 of them. You know what? We're going to have to break the sieges of 3 of them at this rate. Oh my god. This is going to end in disaster. Can we do it? Can we cast another spell? Yes, we can. Soul Stealer. We'll do that as well. Blade Winds. We're doing them all. And Doombolt. Oh god. It's all we can do. It's all we can do. This is... Oh my god, we're gonna get decimated here. Yes, we've lost. Ah, bloody hell. Right. Now we've got a strange battle to win, gentlemen. Now we've got a strange battle. Things have gone... They've gone horribly. Can we go ahead and try and win this via kidnap? That would be nice if we could. I don't think we can though. They have far more forces than we were accustomed to. And I think it's just going to be a case of trying to take this. We're 24% in the war score. That is not going to last much longer with this. We're actually going to lose this battle. War score is going to revert. -4. We're back on even ground again. Let's disband. You guys need to get out of there. Special actions are possible. Yeah, well, if those special actions involve us winning at any point, that's the only special actions I'm interested in. So I'm going to leave this episode at that. We're in a bit of a conundrum. We've been defeated. We've got about 10,000 men left. We're fighting against 30,000. Can we go ahead and get our forces back to where they need to be? Find out. Okay. Thanks for sticking with the series, guys. It won't last too much longer. Cheers.